What's up, guys? Welcome back to P&L Live, where I am documenting my day trading journey. And I just wanted to tap on here really fast and let you guys know what trade I was about to get into. I'm actually about to get into an XRP long trade. The news was just dropped that XRP just got a spot ETF approved. Its very first spot ETF approval, and that goes live tomorrow. Our last XRP trade went great. Wrapped that up yesterday at a profit of about 400 bucks. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. It's just for entertainmental and informational and educational purposes only. To let you guys know what we're doing, if this is your first time here, we're turning a $2,000 paper trading account into a $10,000 paper trading account. And I was wanting to focus more on scalp trades where I get in and out within a matter of 10, 15, 20 minutes. But I've found myself doing more of swing trades, and I originally wanted to bounce around from different assets, but it seems like the last few trades have just been strictly on XRP, which I really didn't want, but that's okay. So this is going to be a long. I'm not necessarily looking for a super sweet entry, because it's based on fundamentals. It's not necessarily based on candlestick entries or indicators or signals. So I just wanted to get on here really fast and let you guys know what I was doing. I'm doing a $10,000 futures contract at 50x leverage, which is still a little higher than I probably should. But I'm pretty confident in this trade, and as you could see, I mean, even the other day, the other trade, I want to really give a shout out to that other trade yesterday because it went so good. We got in and out right about at 28. We got in it at 218. We got in about right here. Right when it was starting to wedge. We broke through this resistance here. We broke through this other resistance here, and I wasn't sure if it was going to keep going. And I couldn't just take profit on part of my contract, or at least I couldn't figure out. I still don't know how. So we took it out here, and I knew that it was going to go up to the next resistance, which was 232, and that's exactly what it did before it came back down. And that's kind of I dare hate say it, but that's kind of what I do like about the XRP chart. It's very resilient. It tends to chop sideways and consolidate in much of the same fashion as it spikes up. It spikes up really fast. It goes down really fast, but it doesn't go down too far. It's not a rug pull. So right now we've come all the way back down to this this original 217-ish mark. I'm gonna get in because I want to get in overnight, just because this XRP ETF goes live tomorrow. So I'm not necessarily, if it goes down to 216, 215, so be it. Even 213, that's fine. Because this is just going to be more of a swing trade. I'm going to hold till tomorrow. Once this news gets out, we're going to see how much price action we're actually going to get. We should be able to get some sort of money flowing into it because it's a spot ETF, so they have to buy the underlying asset. But this is the very first spot ETF that XRP has. And when Bitcoin got its very first spot ETF, it did pretty good numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and open this long position here right now. Like I said, it's a $10,000 future contract. I just have to trade. I just have to change this to USDT. And let's see. I'm just gonna change this to USDT, and I could probably get a better entry if I sat here and hovered over it. But I'm not, by a couple cents. I probably could. Right now, it's under the VWAP. It's just crossing through the exponential moving average. Whether it comes down or not, I'm not too sure. We could probably watch it really fast. Let's see if we can get a better entry. I don't know. The news just dropped about 30 minutes ago. So let's see what we're looking like in terms of Heikinashis here. Yeah, we're still looking pretty solid. Whatever it is right now, I'm expecting it to be more tomorrow once this XRP ETF goes live. So I very well probably could get another entry. It might hit underneath this VWAP and bounce back down. But I'm just going to go ahead and get into it, strictly because of the fundamental news about the spot ETF. A lot of people are waiting on the spot ETF. So we're just going to open it here. Oh, hold on. By the way, this, like I said, this is a demo trading account. We are turning a $2,000 demo trading account into a $10,000 demo trading account before we get it to real cash. Right now we're about $250 up on the demo trading account. Went from $2,000 to $2,250 after that $400 trade yesterday. So I think I got a good feeling about this spot ETF. A lot of people are waiting on this spot ETF. So let's see here. Sorry about this, guys. Alright, there we go. Yeah, a lot of people are waiting on the spot ETF. And I don't know how much inflows we're actually going to get tomorrow. I'm not too sure. But we should get good enough inflows to have a nice little pump for a nice little swing trade from today. So let's go ahead and put in a long position for tomorrow. We're going to do 50x leverage. I'll still be able to dip down to this recent low of 214 without getting my contract canceled. So that's kind of really what I care about, is making sure I keep my stop losses okay. So, and I don't plan on just jumping out tonight anyway. I'm going to let it ride overnight. I'm still going to set my stop loss before I get off the stream really fast. Let's go ahead and do that now. Price change, we're going to go with 10%. And then we're just going to adjust it manually, because I don't, let's see here. I don't even see it dipping, going down 10%. Let's see. Right now it's getting a strong sell indicator from let's see here. Strong sell indicator from TradingView. But there's an extremely strong buy wall right down here where I have the stop loss, so I don't even expect it to go down that far. But like I said, even if it does dip down that far, I'm still expecting it to do some pretty good numbers. I mean, after everything with the Middle Eastern wars, it still didn't dip too much farther below right now. Um, so yeah, we're just gonna let this bad boy go overnight. I'm gonna put this here at a very at another um, at another support a little bit below this one. Um, so we're down 20 bucks, even if, regardless of where we get down. I'm setting a stop loss about right here. This is a pretty good zone to set my stop loss. It's a good recent support. So yeah, we're just gonna let this bad boy kind of just sit overnight. We're already, boom, as soon as I put in my order, we're already starting to take a nice little dip. So we'll see how far it goes. But like I said, this is for tomorrow. On the hour, it's super oversold. Um, so we very well maybe. I'm already expecting it to dip a little bit lower. Not really too concerned about. I could have got a better entry for sure, without a doubt. I mean, already, as you can see, I could have got a better entry. But like I said, these inflows should take us back up to, thinking up to like 225-ish or something, which will put me at a P&L of a few $100. Let's see. Let's put my. I'm gonna put a take profit zone here. I'm gonna put a take profit zone of about 225. Supposed to have a 1-to-1 ratio, but this is more. I don't expect the. I'm only setting the stop loss so I don't get canceled out overnight while I'm sleeping. It's not because I think it's going to dip that low, but I'm about a 1-to-1 ratio right now, which is okay. I'm completely okay with the 1-to-1 ratio, which 1-to-1 ratio is risking 320, 320 loss, 320 gain, or 350 gain with tomorrow's inflows. So, which is fine. That sounds about right. And then we're gonna keep an eye on it. We'll see how high up it goes. Like I said, this is all fundamental news. But then again, the thing about XRP is it's really finicky like that. It'll respond badly off of fundamental news. Like this news just came out about the very first spot XRP ETF, and look at it. It's just selling off. So that's pretty typical with XRP. It generally reacts the other way. But the fact of the matter is that once we start getting these inflows in, it'll turn back around anyway. So we hit that local resistance. I have it set one more resistance underneath that, and there's still one more resistance underneath that, or excuse me, support. I have it set at not the local support, not the support right underneath that, but I have it set at one support underneath that, which is the strongest, which would be right underneath that. I don't even see it dipping that high, but we will see. Looks like we're still going through a sell-off, which is fine. I got my 1-to-1 right here, so, and I'm just gonna let this sit overnight. But I just wanted to jump on here and kind of and hold myself accountable with this trade here. So I'm gonna let that sit, and I'll just catch back up with you. Actually, maybe I'll let this bad boy stream overnight. That's probably what I'll do. I think I'll let this bad boy just ride out overnight. I'm just gonna mute the mic. Maybe I'll pop back on here and kind of do some commentary. I just want to get on here too and let you guys know. This probably has some more downward pressure to go. Because if you guys see, it dipped below this exponential moving average in this VWAP, and it double tapped. Boom, boom. So it would have been a good time to get in for a short, probably right here. So I'm still possibly expecting some more downward pressure. But like I said, it's got some good buy walls, and it has some pretty strong supports around where I have my stop loss set at. Even worst case scenario, if I do dip that low, I really don't see it. I probably definitely could have waited for a better buy-in, but I don't think by much. As you guys can see, it double tapped this support here at 214 and rejected it. And this is not just a local support. This is kind of a pretty long running support. Is at 214. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know. It probably wasn't the smartest thing just to be like, I don't really, I didn't want to come off and be like, I don't really much care where it's at because I'm going in long. Because you can always find a better entry and wait for your entry signals. And that's one thing that I should be slapping myself about right now, because I've tried to make it a point that I need to be finding good, waiting for good entry signals. And that shouldn't just be for scalping, that should be for swing trading. So I'm glad that I kept the stream going and had that realization on stream, because that seems like a very amateur move to do. Just be like, just because I'm going long, I don't really care. It's hitting a local bottom, so I'm just gonna get in, instead of waiting for the perfect entry. So yeah, so I'm gonna check back in with you guys if I think of anything else. and really fast too. Another reason why this was probably a very foolish entry to just another reason just to be like probably look before you just enter, regardless if you're gonna swing, is this right here. If you guys look, it's trending underneath the VWAP. It's trending underneath the RSI. Or excuse me, it's trending underneath the VWAP and it's trending underneath the exponential moving average. And as you guys can see at the bottom there, it's kind of trending. It's as you can see, it's trending downward, but it's also trending at the bottom of that RSI, and it's just poking its head up. So if it is going to turn around, it's going to turn around right now. But it would have been a good thing to just wait and see, and try to caught a lower low than where I'm at right now. But it's one of those things. It's all about holding myself accountable. I'm glad I did it. So yeah, just wanted to bring that point back up about the RSI bouncing on the lower half as it's downtrending. Never really a good sign to get in for a long, as it's downtrending and bouncing along the bottom side of the RSI like that. It's starting to come along the middle of the RSI, which is good. It's probably, if it is going to turn around, it's going to turn around right about now. And then it'll just, if anything, I don't see it just shooting straight through the VWAP and the exponential moving average. It'll probably just bounce underneath the underside of that, and we might end up getting another situation like we did on the last XRP trade, where it just bounces underneath. As you can see on TradingView, it'll just bounce underneath that that resistance, and then hopefully we get higher lows, and then it'll just shoot right through it again. But yeah, definitely foolish on my part to just not look for the best entry that I possibly could, just because I was gonna go long and, you know, swing trade until tomorrow. Definitely doesn't mean that you can't still try to find the best entry. It's definitely very foolish on my part. But yeah. Yeah, definitely not kicking myself, or I'm definitely kicking myself right now for not trying to find the best entry possible. I feel like such an idiot right now, but I guess that's why we have this demo account before it goes live, so I can learn all of these stupid mistakes that I make. Definitely should not be going long as it's trending underneath the VWAP and exponential average on the bottom side of the RSI. Should not just be looking, you know, unless it's the most ideal. I should be looking for some sort of sign of reversal before I got in, long on this. Very, very foolish of me. Definitely not going to be making that mistake again. I'm still confident in my trade. Nothing's changed about that, but as far as finding a better entry, definitely feeling like a fool, because there's no telling. I mean, it definitely looks like it's going to dip a little bit further before it turns around, especially because I don't know what kind of inflows are going to be coming tomorrow with the spot ETF as soon as it goes live. So it very well could keep going low, and then the inflows that come in tomorrow don't offset how low that it went. You know, so definitely kicking myself about that, but it's okay. I mean, this is a learning experience. If I end up losing out on this trade, I won't. You know, I'll still be able to sleep at night. It's still just a paper trading account. I definitely learned a big lesson on this. So there's not enough volume for me to want to short before I went long. And it doesn't look like there's a whole bunch of sell pressure anyway. It just kind of looks like it's trending down. So, um, and it's still just chopping along and hitting that. But either way, I could have still waited until it hit that local support right there, at 214, and seeing if it was gonna hit that local support again, and got in there instead of getting in at 216. So definitely, lesson learned on that one. So right now I'm debating um, if I should close this out and look for a better entry. It's still chopping underneath the exponential moving average and the VWAP, and it's still just kind of on the underside of the RSI. Um, but it's fairly close to a local bottom. But I would just hate for it to just um, I would hate for it to consolidate again to that local bottom and just take my instead of just taking my loss right now and then getting back in, which I should have done to begin with. Um, yeah, I'll probably end up doing that, I think. Okay, so I closed it out. I'm going to wait for a better entry to get in. That was extremely, extremely foolish. Making that. There's still. I absolutely made a terrible mistake by doing that. And I will be the first to admit when I make a bad mistake. But we're still just going to let this bad boy go live. And we are going to try to find a better entry point. I'm gonna try to get in at there's still some downward pressure here on TradingView up top. We very well could see another another 214, which if that's the case, then I'll definitely have a better. I'll definitely be able to find a better entry point, even with the BTCC fees, which I'm gonna leave a link to the description in the description of for BTCC, an affiliate link if any of you guys want to join in on the fun. Once again, for informational and entertainmental and educational purposes only. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait for another entry and try to get in a little bit cheaper, which is what I should have done to begin with. And I'm kicking myself for that. That's a $70 loss right there I just took because I didn't. I mean, you only take a loss whenever it's realized gains. So it was unrealized loss, but it's just chopping underneath on the bottom side of that RSI, and it's still underneath that exponential moving average and VWAP, which is moving down. So I think that I could still, even still after taking the loss, I could still find a better entry point. That was very extremely foolish. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this, and I'll probably end up starting the stream again once I have a better entry. So we're just gonna take that as a $70 loss. We had a $400 gain yesterday, $70 loss right now. Hopefully we'll still have another few $100 gain tomorrow. So yeah, we're still in good shape. I'm not really too concerned about it. So yeah, live and you learn on that one, huh? But I'm gonna check in with you guys once I find a better entry point. It'll probably be somewhere down by that local resistance around 214. yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. And then I will check back in with you guys once I end up making a better entry position. That was a terrible loss of $70. I feel like such an idiot for not waiting for a better entry point. The VWAP starting to look like it's starting to tip the other way. I'll feel like an even bigger idiot if I didn't just hold and I instead of setting my and going with my stop loss and my take profit, I just got shook out of it, and it ends up not going down to that local support again. I'll feel like an even bigger idiot. But yeah, we're gonna wait until we get something a little bit better and then get in. But I will check back in with you guys as soon as that happens.